games you're excited for with the upcoming season, or how are you looking at it? The upcoming schedule?
I'm super excited for Nebraska and Colorado State. I think both of those are home games. I didn't even know that Nebraska was our rival, to be honest. We're gonna play them in, like, forever. So
they were both in the Big 12. So
it was like the Big East, or I don't know, but I looked into the history of it. It's like this is a huge rivalry, and so
Rocky Mountain Showdown.
Bringing them back, and so we get to play CSU at home, Nebraska at home. Like, the energy that the fans are gonna bring, like, those are gonna be sold out games, for sure. And so when we come out, like, fans going nuts, like that game environment is something I'm super excited to be there and witness for. So those will be two great games I'm excited for.
I've been talking to a lot of my fellow, like, bloggers and interviewers and stuff like that, and everyone's talking about, like, the first 5 games and, like, how tough it's going to be. Like, you brought up to CSU, Nebraska, but then I think TCU's the first
TCU's
game,
the first
then
game.
you got Oregon, I believe, and USC.
I think Oregon's the 5th game. I don't really know. Yeah, it's tough.
It's gonna be gonna be tough. How do you guys prepare for the tough start, and do you have any, like, expectations or goals for the upcoming season?
I think for us as a team, like, where we're at right now, we're focusing on how can we maximize our potential and what we can do as a team together, and who we are. Like, we kind of have to find our identity as well, because there's so many new guys, like 40 new guys, and so to mesh as a team and maximize what we can do right now is kind of our focus. I think later on, when we start preparing for these teams, we'll start focusing on them. But I mean, I count it as a blessing as well. I came from a high school that our Coach Doyle, was very adamant about playing top competition. I mean, this last year, I think we were 6-6, and the teams we lost to were De La Salle, Centennial's top 25 team in the nation. Chandler was a top 25 team in the nation. Mater Dei, Catholic, 1 state. Lincoln, 1 state. It's like 5 out of our 6 losses are like, this is top competition. These are the guys that you bring in. Last year we played Chaminade, we played Centennial, we played De La Salle, like, played Folsom. Like, that's what breeds championship teams, is playing teams that are at that level. And so when you play the Utahs and the Oregons and the SCs and even the Washingtons, like, Washington's the top 15, top 10 team in the nation, and they're returning a ton of guys. Like, we play, I don't think we play them this year, but, like, next year when we play those teams, they're in the pack. And so when we play these teams, like, that's what creates championship teams. Like, yes, we're still developing. We're coming off a 1-11 season. Like, any improvement is an improvement, but for us, like, we're focusing on what can we do to become the best team we can right now, and then we'll focus on the competition later, but we're not afraid of that. I think that's something that's going to make us better.
Okay. Do you have any personal goals for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, again, like, I have faith in myself. I think I could be a freshman All-American. I want to get a lot of playing time as much as I can, and show what I can do at inside, outside, whatever position, even if it starts on kickoff. Like, that's where a guy I watch all the time, ask any linebacker that's like, they watch Reuben Foster at Alabama. He had a neck pad on, he'd come on kickoff, and he flew down and lit up Leonard Fournette. And it was a dude that was feared by every defense when he was at LSU. A guy that, like, couldn't be tackled. He lit him up on kickoff, and then since then, like, he was a starter, and he was an impact player, and he was one of the best linebackers to come out of Bama back then. So for me, like, I want to be one of those impact guys that comes in, like, right now. So I came in early so I can get developed, I can start getting ready. And so for me, being a freshman All-American is like that's not a dream, it's a goal. Like, I think it's something I can 100% do.
That's the mindset you gotta have.
Yeah.
First off, actually, what are you studying? And then, like, do you have plans or goals with the NFL?
Yeah, so I'm studying information science. I'll probably go on to get a master's in. They just got a new program called artificial intelligence. So I was going to minor in computer science with the artificial intelligence, but I'll probably just get a master's degree in artificial intelligence because I'm on a track right now to graduate in 3 years. So I'll be done after my junior year, graduate, and then so if I want to go to the league, I'll have my degree. and if not, I can stay for another year for my senior year, get my master's, and so after that, I've always been like a math guy. I've always been able to like understand the concepts. It's never been something that's like frustrating to me, and I've loved digital technology. That's something that like I fell in love with when it started getting really developed, and like AI has been like so incredibly interesting as a field for me, and so I kind of took all those things together. I was interested in psychology. I was like, how do I bridge all these things? And so information science or informatics, whatever you want to call it, is basically an area of like human-centered perspective on digital technology and how can it impact other people? How does it influence people's behavior? Like, what are the algorithms and whatnot? And so for me, I feel like I'm someone who can go into like the business world and be like a communicator, like a translator almost of like, take all this data, and it's like business owners don't necessarily understand that. I can feel like I can translate that data so that it can be more useful to a business or a strength coach or whatever it needs to be. So that's something I feel like I could do.
Okay, that's awesome. With the new NIL rules, how do you feel like that's a positive for college athletes like yourself, and like does that make you happy that you were kind of coming in at the right time?
Yeah, so I feel like NIL right now is going uphill. I've kind of caught like the uphill movement of it, which is amazing. I think that it was always something I never really understood as a kid watching college football. I was like, why aren't they allowed to make money? Like, that should be something that's free to anybody to do. And so especially with like my name, like there's opportunities that are coming, like and things that we could do NIL wise, and so I feel like that opens the doors for a ton of people, and it emphasizes like the importance of like getting your name and getting your brand now, which I think is amazing for college athletes.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, this has been a cool interview, legendary interview. I appreciate you for coming on the show. Do you have any final thoughts, shout outs, last things you want to speak on?
Shout out Qui-Gon, boys back at home know what that means. Shout out my family, love them, praise God. Follow my Instagram, Victory Johnson. It's 2 N's at the end. Hopefully I'll get my blue check soon. It's loading, get it in there. And shout out Mile High Sports.
I appreciate you, man. You got Twitter too?
Twitter is Victory Caleb.
Okay. Well, make sure y'all go follow Victory Johnson on everything, Instagram, Twitter. All links will be in the description of this interview. Make sure you go follow Mile High Minute on everything, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. All links will be in the description. Comment down below what you think the CU Buffs record is going to be this upcoming season. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, stay notified when all the latest news drops. Mile High Minute, live from Boulder, Colorado. Mile High Minute, #1 podcast universe. We are.